Welcome back to Technically in Business. My name is Mofe. So today I'll be talking about what happened yesterday in the tech world, the social media world, and in the business world generally. I'll be talking about the Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp downtime. So the first thing I'd like to say is that if you're not following this channel, please hit the subscribe button, follow, like, share, whatever you can do to support this channel. So we'll get into it. So I'll be talking about the 4 things that you need to know as a business owner, the implication of what happened yesterday. So the first thing that I would say is this: do not build your mansion on somebody else's property. Do not go and spend a lot of money building a house on somebody else's land when you do not own the title deed to that property. For those in Lagos, imagine you find a piece of land in, let's say, Ikeja, right? And you build, you spend so much money, billions, right, on building the land, on building on the land. So you build the land. Then the owner of the land wakes up and says one day, so by the way, I need my land back. You literally cannot uproot the building elsewhere. So that's one. Secondly, let's say they decide, we want to demolish everything on that land. Because the land doesn't belong to you, you literally have no say. And it's the exact same thing when you're building your business on social media alone. So many times I've seen people who wake up one day, I've read stories online, people who wake up one day and they can't log into their Instagram account, and their whole business strategy has been building followers on Instagram, getting customers on Instagram, and keeping their customers on Instagram, and interacting and engaging customers on Instagram or on Facebook, and that's all that they do. I mean, I saw this as a cake blog a few years ago, massive cake blog that they were able to build a huge and obscene amount of followers, especially for that kind of niche. And apparently they woke up one day and the owner couldn't log in, and that was how they lost the page. Until now, they haven't gotten back to where they were. They are slowly building back. And I guess the obviously the lesson there for them would be, do not build your mansion on somebody else's. Do not build 1 million followers on Instagram, and if Instagram shuts down tomorrow or something happens to the platform, you have no way to contact your customers, you have no relationship, no communication, you have nothing, you own nothing. Basically, I think that's what that's how I would put it. You actually do not own anything on these platforms. They own the customers, they own the customer data. Unless you're intentionally building to get customer data for people you interact with, you literally have nothing. So that's one thing you need to know. You need to understand, evaluate, go back into your business and think, am I building an Instagram business, or am I building a business? Am I building a Facebook business, or am I building a business? And the reason and what you will know, how you know which you are doing is, for instance, what happened yesterday. If a platform shuts down and you have no way to communicate or to reach your customers anymore, then you're not building your business. You're building an Instagram business or a Facebook. You're building for somebody else. If something happens and you cannot log in, can your customers reach you? Can they contact you? Is the only way your customer, the only way they can, is that even grammatically correct? Is it that the only way your customers can reach you is when they DM you on Instagram? And if you are not on Instagram, they can't find you anywhere else on the web. So I'll leave it at that. So one, do not build. I'll put a link in my bio to resources and things to kind of help you and what you need to do next regarding how to begin to slowly, reclaim your business basically, and reclaim your customer data, and basically begin to build on your own land. Basically, how to acquire your own land and build on it. So the second thing that I would say, second point that I would mention is it Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp? They all have the same last name. They are all children of the same father. The reason you need to understand this and the family dynamics of this children is that one cannot be the backup of the other. So you cannot say that WhatsApp is the backup to your Instagram, or that WhatsApp is the backup to your Facebook, or that one Instagram account is the backup to another Instagram account. You cannot say that. They are the, they have the same surname. They are the children of the same father. So for whatever backup you need to have, it needs to be outside of that family, outside of the Zuckerberg and the Facebook surname. It needs to be outside of that. I wish them well and everything, but as a business owner, you have to be protected. You cannot put all your eggs in the basket of that trio. You cannot. You literally cannot. No business can work in isolation, and no business can run independent of any other business. If you have a website, for instance, you don't own the hosting company, obviously, so you still need to rely on a hosting company. You need to rely on the person you're going to buy domain name from. You need to rely to everybody. Every business is interconnected, right? If you're going to do email marketing, you don't own an email marketing company. You need to, obviously partner with an email marketing company to, help you even as you're growing your list. So every business is connected. What you do not want is that all your business backups are all under one company. You can't afford to do that, because exactly like what happened yesterday, the moment, I mean, they all had, obviously they're all on the same server, right? So the moment Facebook was down, Instagram was down, WhatsApp was down, how? So imagine if that was the only way customers could have reached you, which most of us, that's what we have built, right? So if that's the only way customers can reach you, then you're screwed. There's no other way to put it, right? And thank God that it didn't last, longer than it did. But obviously they even felt it financially as a company, having those three down at the exact same time. So you need to find a way to begin to, have a backup outside of those three structures. Have something else. Have a website. Have an email marketing company. Have there many things, resources online to help you, begin to build outside of those things as well. They are obviously very important in this day and age, and you need to have an Instagram page and and all those things. But do not solely rely on it to the point where if those three are out of the equation, there's nothing left. So that's the second thing. That's second point that I will say. The third point that I would say is, whether we like to admit it or not, yesterday showed that we're all in the same boat. So one of the things that kind of has helped the social media industry basically is this whole idea of class. So you have the very coveted verified tick that a lot of people are working towards, because you get extra features and it's bragging rights that you're verified on Instagram, you're verified on you can swipe up and all these things. And especially Instagram, and I'm talking about for this particular fact. So all in the same boat. So I thought about it. I'm like, God bless the heart, The Rock and the Jenners and all these people who have a humongous amount of followers on places like Instagram, and they have the coveted tick and all those things. And yesterday, right, every single person's account was affected. Didn't matter if you just started Instagram last week and you have 0 followers and 0 likes and 0 whatever, or you had 300 and something million followers like the Biebers. It literally didn't matter. Everything happened to everybody at the same time. Everybody was affected equally. And so you think about it and you're like, I think about the high fives and the MySpace. I know I had a high five account. I can't remember exactly what even happened, how the whole app thing worked, but I remember I opened one. But the app is not in existence today. Nobody all those apps, nobody's talking about them anymore. Some of them have shut down. Some of them are literally, they're not existent in regards to relevance. And so I thought about it, and I'm like, the truth of the matter is that if WhatsApp, if Facebook, if Instagram shuts down today, now someone might say they're behemoth and it's impossible, but we have seen big companies go down time and time again. It's not there's nothing that's impossible. There's nothing that's impossible. There's nothing that's impossible. No matter how impossible it might sound, it's not impossible. I think we need to just clear that up. Anyway, so if they shut down for whatever reason, it doesn't matter if you have the tick or you don't have the tick. It's like the Titanic. Everybody's going down. And if you do not have a lifeboat, which is something outside of the ship that can keep you safe in the water, or you do not have a shack or a plank, like Rose did in Titanic, if you don't have something when the ship goes down, then you're going down with the ship, and that's it. And so you need to have that in mind. And whatever it is that you're building, you are striving towards, put your energy into building your own house than trying to chase being verified. There are many businesses, there are many companies that are doing well that are not verified. It's not about that. You need to understand what the core value of your business is, and you need to push that, and you need to find a way to deliver that to your customers. The fourth thing that I would say is something that one of my tutors used to say when I was in uni. If you are not paying for the product, you are the product. One of the reasons why I know many people couldn't fully shout yesterday, especially for platforms for all the platforms, basically for Instagram, for Facebook, for WhatsApp, why the majority of the people couldn't shout is because platforms are free. It's free to have Facebook on your phone. It's free to open WhatsApp, to open Facebook. It's free to open Instagram, to have an Instagram account. It's all free. If you post a gazillion pictures, it's all free. And so we need to begin to ask ourselves, really, what's the cost of free? Is anything truly ever free? And the honest truth is that from a business person, and I guess I'm talking to customers now, nothing is ever free. There's no free. Nothing is free. Nothing is free anywhere. Nothing is free. If somebody says, "Oh, I'm giving you a free course," and all those things, you might reap the benefits of the free course, right? But there is a funnel down the line. There is a path that you are being led on to eventually make a purchase, right? Even if you don't, money doesn't exactly exchange hands, right? There is a brand thing that is being built in your psyche. There is something that you are giving up to consume free. There is always something. There's always a price to pay for free. And when you think about how these platforms are able to provide a free service, right, to billions of people around the world, we need to begin to ask ourselves, truly, what is the cost of free? What have I paid non-financially to reap the rewards of this very generous gifts of being able to freely use these platforms? And I think I'll switch back to business owners to say that we have to begin to build businesses with a lot more integrity and with a lot more transparency. And I know that obviously businesses are in business to make money. But I think as we are growing, as we are starting this growth journey, we need to begin to ask ourselves, is there a line? Or is it profits at all costs? Damn the consequences to society, to health, to the economy, to security. Is that what we're building? At what point do we begin to put measures in place? And I guess I'm going to round this up by making a call to businesses like Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp and all the social media platforms to try and do better for the sake of humanity. Um, it cannot all be about profits. It cannot all be about investor money. It cannot all be about the bottom line. We have to be better. As business owners, we have to be better. We have to be better. And as consumers, I think we also have to do better. We have to hold companies accountable. We have to hold companies accountable, and we have to love ourselves more. It baffles me that you can take up a cigarette pack and see smokers are liable to die young. And these companies have been very transparent that the products that they are creating has crazy downsides for health. But obviously customers don't care. So we have to do better. We have to do better. We have to hold companies accountable, and we have to love ourselves more. There's a price to pay. The honesty is a price to pay. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this insightful. Do leave a comment, like, share, subscribe wherever you're watching this from. Thank you again for watching, and till next time, stay insightful. Oh, before I forget, please click the link in the bio wherever you're watching this for more resources and things to kind of help you even as we walk through this process together of buying your own land and building on it. And I don't mean that literally like buying a piece of land, but like your own land on the web and building on it. Thank you so much again, and till next time, stay insightful.